This is my dude Matt and Eric
Hi.
and Dave.
Hi, Daniel.
It's like a book club, but for movies.
But
But
For movies.
what's a butt for, silly?
For
and we're
pooping.
live. Bam.
Hello.
Bam.
Just like that.
Just like that. Well, welcome to the movie podium, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing so well. I want you guys to know that I'm doing incredible right now.
Come see, come saw.
Yeah.
What?
That's French.
Oh, okay.
Comment allez-vous?
Je
Happy-
m'appelle Luke.
Oh, this
Happy-
is going to be a good show. We can just
Yes.
talk in gibberish French.
Talking broken French.
Happy week before Thursday Night Football.
Woo! That's
Should we
right.
rave an omelette do for a
Yeah,
month?
next week, for anybody who's watching this week, we'll be going live next Wednesday because Dave and I are going to be at the Browns-Bengals game.
Browns Bengals.
Browns-Steelers. I think I'd rather watch the Bengals, but yeah, Browns-Steelers.
Yeah, there might be points in that game.
Yeah, exactly. Joe Burrow might lay some on us. But, yeah, so next week we'll be going Wednesday. And I think for the movie we might try to get a vote. It's been a while since we've done that, so maybe we'll throw that out
Been a
there.
while.
It's been a while. Well, we're a weekly movie podcast where we collectively choose a movie to watch. And at the end of the week, we get together and talk about it. It's kind of like a book club.
But
But
for
for
movies.
We
I said
also
it first.
came up with a set of questions to ask ourselves, such as...
You did what?
I
Is
said it
this
first.
a podium movie
No.
or a top 3 in the year of its respective release? For the second week in a row, we are actually still on our timeline. This being the third comic book movie we've done this year in 2014. And without further ado, we present our next movie.
Peter Jason Quill. He's also known as Star-Lord.
Who calls him that? Himself, mostly.
They call themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Hell yeah. All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Welcome. I'm just stealing everybody else's
The
intros.
movie Podium.
The movie podium.
Daniel, you got a song for us? Ooh, I like that banner.
Fart.
you.
I didn't come prepared.
Oh, Daniel doesn't have a song?
Well,
Come
I never
original.
come prepared. Going
Change his
through
name
the
to Star
galaxy with a tree and raccoon, yeah.
All right. Short and sweet.
Yep.
That's all I had.
A lot of yes. That's all we need. Well, I'm your host, Matt Scott, and I'm here with my dudes, Eric,
Hello.
Dave,
Hey, Matt.
and Daniel.
Ew.
All right. This is a pretty fun watch, right? It's been a while.
It's
Been
been
a
a while. I need to download that sound.
Poop damn. Oh, podium. It's like poop damn. What? Wow.
Podium.
Whoops. The podium. Everybody's here.
We're off to a
John's
good
here.
start.
All right. Sweet. Well,
give John.
thanks.
Give John the sounder. Hello, John.
Oh, yeah. Hello, John.
Is that a Cardinals jersey?
Hello, John.
A Cardinals jersey.
Hello, John.
Oh, Sabres.
That,
It
I
looks
feel like
Cardinals
a Cardinal up
jersey.
here on the shoulder.
if it
what?
Was if it was a
Oh my
Pujols
God,
jersey,
Dave.
maybe I'd allow a Pujols jersey, but that's about it.
No, I was thinking like Kyler Murray in the
Oh, yeah. No.
Arizona.
All right, never mind. Nope. Well, thanks for anybody who's on, listening, or watching. We hope you enjoy this movie or this podcast on Guardians of the Galaxy. And any of our Patreon members that have been following us, we're pumped to have you on board.
Yes, thank you.
Check it out. Look at that scrolling mechanism.
We're high tech here. And I'm going to tell everyone about it
Podium.
every time we do it. At the
Yeah,
podium.
I love it.
We're high tech here at the podium.
Dude, I love it. It's awesome. It's a cool little ticker at the bottom. Well, let's get into some random ass facts, shall we?
You should put Kevin's phone number there.
Oh,
No, people have to message Dave for it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah. If anybody wants to text Kevin, get a hold of Dave. He'll drop you the number.
Don't DM me.
Don't DM me.
Yeah, do it publicly on his.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Just comment on one of our posts and at Dave, and then he'll just pull it out there.
Who was
Exactly.
that one guy that got mad at me? Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was
The
hysterical.
guy that was yelling at you.
Yeah, that was so funny. Dave was just commenting on, or I can't remember what they said, but Dave was like, "Quit yelling at me." And they're like, "How
Yeah.
do you know you're yelling through text?"
I can just tell. Dave's big thing is that everyone's yelling at him.
We're not going behind the bit.
Just don't. Hey, you're yelling at him now, Eric.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Dave.
All the time.
Well, first random ass fact.
You sniffing a marker.
This got a 8.0 or a Thor plus 1 on IMDb.
Dang.
It's low.
I feel like that's right.
I think that's right too.
For what it is, I think that's probably fair. On my top or my 10 or out of 10 scale, I would say that's low. But I can see that being because critics just can't accept that some Marvel movies are good. So critics always take this down. I was looking at some of the reviews.
Is Kevin the critic you're talking about?
I guess. I mean, I think he falls into that boat with his take on comic book movies. But I was looking, and like Ebert and all these other guys, all were at 3 or 3.5 out of 5 or 3 out of 4. It was nobody was giving this a 4 or a 5-star movie, and it's fine. But all of the comments are the same. Well, this is the same comic book movie we keep seeing, and we're in peak Marvel era, so they just couldn't handle that something might actually be really, really good or groundbreaking. Nice.
Yeah, this is like peak Marvel.
Yeah, for sure. Look at that. Thunderbolt plus 1. Nice. I like it.
Not even my favorite movie that came out this year from Marvel, and that's saying something because this movie is really, really good.
Yeah.
Yours is Winter Soldier. Well,
Hey.
we'll get there. Sorry.
Hey.
Sorry. Spoiler alert. Yeah, we'll get there at the end here for our movie podium where we actually place our favorite movies from 2014. If you don't know and you're new on here. So there's a couple of casting what ifs for Star-Lord, as you can imagine, being a lead role. We had Eddie Redmayne, which actually was in a movie, Theory of Everything, playing Stephen Hawking in the same year. We had Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which would have been pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We had Joel Edgerton. We had
Who's that? Who's Joel?
He was in, I think it was A Story of Us, or he's a British actor.
Okay.
And
Australian
then-
actor.
Australian, there we go.
He's an Aussie, mate.
Yeah, that's it. And then we had Glenn Howerton, Dennis from It's Always Sunny.
More
Oh,
Australian
okay.
impressions, please.
I mean, if the feeling
Do the
strikes,
rest of the podcast.
I don't think I can do that. My Australian is limited to like very short sentences.
Yeah, I agree, John. This is not a run-of-the-mill comic book movie at all. I think this is more on the Star Wars spectrum than it is a comic book spectrum, but we'll get there. Can you imagine Glenn Howerton in this, by the way?
No.
I can't.
Very odd. He's too narcissistic or something, like too. I don't know.
I think
There's
he's
something
too
about
pretty to
him.
play as dumb as Star-Lord plays.
Yeah, that's it.
Like with Chris Pratt has that like goofy like charm of like swell, shucks.
Yeah.
Where like Glenn Howerton is so pretty that you wouldn't be like, you're not down on your luck.
Yeah. He always plays an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly. There you go. Just say
It's
R
R-nar.
R&R.
R-nar.
So just like an Australian. So this is obviously based on a comic book, right?
I thought you were going to say a
original-
real story.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
The comic actually came out in 1969, and none of
Hell
these
yeah.
characters were in the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
Yeah, none of them. The only one that was in the Guardians of the Galaxy that's in the movie is Yondu. He was one of the original Guardians,
Okay.
which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these guys were created like years later.
Yeah, except my next fact is Groot is one of the oldest Guardians, not technically from the Guardians, but from a comic book character standpoint. He was created in 1960, and he was actually a villain at the time and traveled to Earth to study Earth and try to figure out how to take over Earth as a tree. He would kidnap humans and try to figure out how to take over Earth
As a tree.
as a tree.
How to take over Earth as a tree.
That was his original plan. He was a villain in 1960.
I'm glad he's not in this movie. That just doesn't feel right.
No,
Speaking
not at all.
of Groot, I have a top 5.
Oh, my gosh.
There.
These are my top 5 Groot lines.
Okay.
5. I am Groot. Number 4. I am Groot. Number 3. I am Groot.
Oh.
Number 2. I am Groot. And number 1. We are Groot.
Nice.
Nice.
Well played.
Thank you. Thank you.
I read that Vin Diesel was so into the Groot character. Apparently, this is real. He would ask Tim Gunn what the scene was when he was saying that version of "I am Groot," so he would understand the feeling behind when he says "I am Groot."
I think didn't he
You know what
say it
else
like
is
over
crazy?
1,000 times?
Yeah,
in
that's
different ways.
yeah, exactly. Like he says it every single time. What, Daniel?
He recorded it in every language too, or a lot.
Oh, did he really?
That's awesome.
Diesel is so amazing.
Yeah, he was like apparently like a method actor, like in every scene acting. Oh, like how am I supposed to say it this time? It's wild. Another casting what if was for Gamora and Zoe Saldana. The original cast was going to be Amanda Seyfried. However, she turned it down because she didn't want to spend all that time wearing that much makeup.
It's a lot of makeup, I'm sure.
And Saldana had actually already worn a lot of makeup, but in blue in Avatar.
Yeah.
So she was like, I'll do it. What, Daniel?
I said my sister likes that movie.
Yeah.
Isn't it like hard to breathe? It's like hard. It's like it makes you really hot wearing all of that makeup because your skin can't breathe.
Yeah. What was it I just saw? Colin Farrell was talking about it because he's the Penguin now, and he has like a whole bunch of prosthetics and makeup on, and he was saying how long it took him to get into the makeup, and then how it was very uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah. All right, I have 2 more. James Gunn.
Jesus.
Oh, is the brother of Sean Gunn, and he plays a character in this. Well, he plays 2 characters actually. He plays Kraglin, Yondu's first mate, but there's actually 2 people who play Rocket: Bradley Cooper and Sean Gunn.
Okay.
James Gunn's brother. So he steps in as the actual Rocket figure,
The stunt double.
the stunt double. Yeah.
So like he did the motion capture you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
And he's Yondu's first mate. He's very distinguishable when you
Rocket
see him on there.
He was the puppeteer. Rocket was just a puppet.
Or that's what it was. Yeah. he must
Rocket
have
was a
played
puppet?
Well, I read that it was.
No.
No
Like,
way. That was a joke.
I was like, that's not what I read, but that'd be on. I did read.
That was a joke. I assumed that was all CGI.
Oh yeah. Well, I read that James Gunn was in favor of practical effects, and that whole prison was all built on set.
Oh,
That's pretty
nice.
cool.
Yeah, so
I wonder
that was
how they
all
got.
real.
I wonder how they got the gravity to go away.
Oh yeah,
Magic.
magic. But yeah, good point.
Silly
Last one. We all know how good of a soundtrack it was. It was the first time it was #1 on the Billboard album charts for a soundtrack that had all previously had released songs on it. So there were no new songs for the movie. This was just
Nice.
a soundtrack, and it was the first time that it was a #1 from a movie soundtrack. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I love the bit, right, with the Walkman.
Yeah.
Pretty
They- I
cool
mean,
bit.
It is a good
It's great.
tie-in.
And I actually like the music outside of that too, and we'll talk about it with favorite song. But like when Groot's enclosed with everybody, and the the lights come out and everything, the music there is amazing too. I think the music throughout the whole movie is the score and the soundtrack is awesome.
Yeah.
Like it makes you feel all the feels, right?
All of them.
Just
All right, question time.
Starting
Let's
the
do it.
podcast off talking about Groot dying.
Happy Thursday.
Hey. We are Groot.
We are Groot.
He
Yeah.
comes back as the baby, and that dance at the end is one of my favorite parts. that cut where Drax stops and looks at him, and he stops dancing, then he starts back up again.
And I read that actually was James Gunn dancing. And they took his moves or something. The director.
Okay.
All right, question time.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
All right, first question.
What else
Favorite
are we
thing-
gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. We can yeah, no, I don't know. Favorite thing about the movie. Dave,
It's got to be the soundtrack, right?
pretty good soundtrack.
I think that's my favorite thing about the movie, but also a lot of the quibs and one-liners throughout it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
it- like-
go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it was kind of like a renaissance of sorts for that decade of music, all into one movie, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously there's a lot of Star Wars nods or tropes in this, but even just the soundtrack being from the 70s, I feel like has that conscience of being around in the Star Wars era.
Yeah.
And yeah, the quips, I mean, this might be the best one in Marvel, or at least it's up there, top 3 at least. I mean,
Deadpool.
Iron Man, I know is probably the best. Oh, Deadpool, yeah, fair.
But
But-
I'm
Well,
also
the first two Deadpool movies don't count because they
Yeah,
are,
there's Sony
they were
Don't,
Fox.
Daniel,
or Fox.
No.
That's it. Sorry.
stop.
No,
Technically
you're
Marvel.
Kevining, and I'm gonna stop you from Kevin. There's been so many movies and I can't keep track of who has.
I'm
Daniel?
not Kevining.
I watched X-Men and is Wolverine hanging out with Iron Man? I don't know.
Daniel, what was your favorite thing?
My favorite part is that this is like the peak of the Marvel like quippiness. It's not annoying yet.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been done to death,
Mhm.
but so it's like still fun, and I feel like this is one of the best quippy Marvel movies,
Yeah, agreed.
while still maintaining its quality of a movie. Because eventually, some of the movies it felt like they were just constantly searching for like, how do I get a quip in here? How do I get a quip in here? How do I
Yeah.
get a quip in here?
Yeah,
And
it was
sometimes it just didn't fit the tone of the movie.
right. Like Thor 2. I feel like
Electric
fell in that.
Boogaloo.
Exactly. Eric, what about you?
My favorite thing was Drax. I
Oh,
love the
yes.
character.
Yeah.
I love that character so much. How he's so literal and like doesn't.
Same.
He's just so dry. And
Yeah, that moment where he's like, I did a metaphor.
Yeah. Drax is amazing. in this.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
seriously.
and Batista killed it. So
Yeah,
that's always
definitely.
cool too.
It probably changed his trajectory from a acting standpoint, right?
I mean,
he was
it
in
had
some
to
other
have.
stuff
Yeah.
before this, but this was definitely what took him off. And
Yeah.
this was huge for him.
Everyone was quoting Drax lines after that movie
Yep.
came out.
Yeah.
For sure. And this was actually 2014. Is that the year we went to WrestleMania, Daniel? Where he wrestled? I feel like that was one of his last years in Mania. This was the year we went.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. He won the Royal Rumble that year.
That's right. So I feel like this movie is such a big trajectory for him, or a big change. It really changed his from wrestling to movie star.
Yeah. And that's very seldomly done well also.
Agreed.
That
Yeah.
like wrestlers come into the movie scene and
We're
actually
actually
do well.
in kind of a renaissance.
Was this the movie? Oh, sorry.
You're good, because The Rock is the biggest guy in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Dave is doing like really interesting movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cena is just doing whatever the fuck he wants. Like,
Yeah.
he asked to be in the Barbie movie, and they were like, "You can be a merman," and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it."
Yeah.
Is this the movie that Chris Pratt took a break from Parks and Rec for?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep. So this
I couldn't
probably
remember
changed
if it was-
his.
I couldn't remember if it was this or Jurassic World.
Yeah,
I think it was this.
So what's interesting is, I mean, his career changes too because of Jurassic World and this movie, both because, and he was hesitant to take the lead role in this. He even told James Gunn, like, I don't know, he's been he bombed in a few other movies where he was the star or the lead role, and so he was really hesitant, and James Gunn was as well. So there was some, hesitancy for him becoming a big movie star. Daniel?
Yeah, what I read was that he had tried out for like 2 really high-profile roles and just gotten demolished. Like,
Yeah.
he tried out for Kirk in the Star Trek reboot,
Oh, okay.
something else, and both of those went really poorly. And he had to be convinced to even come in and try out for this movie.
Yep.
too.
And he lost 60 pounds, I believe.
I think
Yeah.
that was for like he had started to lose weight for the baseball movie we like.
Oh, Moneyball. No,
Yeah.
Moneyball was in 2011.
Yeah, but he
Oh,
had to
he
lose
said
like 30
started
pounds.
to.
Yeah.
Right. He just didn't have the abs before.
Yeah, he wasn't. This movie, he got his shirt taken off, so he had to get shredded.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. My favorite thing about the movie is that I think it's one of the most fun, maybe for me at least, it is the most fun Marvel movie. I just think it's a combination of being a space opera and a rock opera with the soundtrack, and they jump from planet to planet and they go on spaceships. So like you mix rock and roll and Star Wars, and those are two awesome things that I love. So like, how can you go wrong with that?
Yeah.
I think the humor is great for kids and adults. Like my kids were laughing and I was laughing. I think
Yeah.
that's great, depending on the character who we love. Like I like Drax. Yeah, that's such a great part for everybody. And I think the runtime is just right. I think some of the Marvel movies are a tad bit long or a little long-winded, and I think this one just hits the mark. I think it's like right over 2 hours, so it's like just nails it, I think, from a time perspective.
Yeah, and I think it kind of goes back to what Daniel said. It's like this is like right before the peak of the mountain of superhero movies. So like they're right about to settle into what the formula is.
Yep.
And they knew with the ones after this, I'm kind of assuming that they
Yeah.
could get away with longer movies. So they're like, okay, well, let's just
Exactly.
do longer movies.
Yeah, and some of those longer movies, they have more characters that they're trying to all include their storylines, right?
Yeah.
Like all the Avenger movies, there's a million different storylines going on. And so this one, yeah, they have a team of Guardians, but they're all together most of the time, so we don't have them going off into different tangents.
Yeah.
And so I really like how it's congealed like that. So I really like how it moves the story along. Daniel?
I will say that some of those movies deserve to be that long.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
once
I'm
they
not
got
saying
to,
they
like,
don't.
Infinity War and Endgame,
Yeah.
like, though they had earned long movies for those two.
Yeah.
Considering that they were building off like 22 movies before that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, no, I get it.
and like so like those I have no problem with being a little bit longer.
Well, didn't we
and
talk about?
I would say that like this is like on the way to the peak, but I would say that is where the climax of all the MCU happened is
Yeah.
those two movies, and then you get
Sure.
into like weird new stuff. But
Yeah.
like I
Yep.
think about the quippiness that we were talking about. Like Doctor Strange is like a super quippy movie, and it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely agree. Yep. All right, next category. Least favorite thing about the movie. And anybody in the comments, I mean, feel free to answer any of these. What you love about this movie, what your least favorite thing about the movie. We have some fun ones. I mean, the song, the favorite line. Don't be shy. Daniel, what was your least favorite thing about the movie?
My least favorite thing about this movie is like you see some Thanos, but you don't get a lot of Thanos.
Yep.
And it was really exciting to have Thanos in an actual story with one of these movies, but it was also still like I care way more about Thanos already than I care about the asshole with the hammer.
Yeah,
Really?
I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more. My least favorite thing was the whole Ronin Thor or Thanos combination as well. I said that it was a little generic. A mass murdering megalomaniac is looking for an item to make him a more mass murderer. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just very generic. He's looking for some orb or something to make him stronger, and Thanos is just kind of in the background.
Well, Ronan didn't know anything about it. He only became aware of the
when
Infinity
Thanos.
Stone like afterwards.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like after Thanos told him about it. So
Right.
to me, that whole angle was just him being a minion.
Yeah, stumbled upon
somebody greater, and then stumbling upon something that he then tried to take advantage of the power, and it turned on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's yeah, absolutely. I just think that's a little generic from a Marvel standpoint as well. Just because that just seems to be how a lot of these Marvel movies go, unless you're Thanos. So, like Daniel said, I was kind of you're in the back of your mind thinking, when's Thanos is the all powerful? We're just waiting on him.
Yeah,
and we don't
Yeah.
get that in this movie.
They gave
obviously.
us the create a character villain.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That's my answer.
That's the problem with a lot of the MCU
Mhm.
movies is
Yeah.
that the villains aren't very strong.
Agreed.
You
I mean,
some of-
obviously, they
some of
beat
them
him
are
all the
great,
time.
like Red Skull, but not every movie has a Red Skull, and
Yeah.
lots of them suffer because it's just like, oh, it's just the same thing as the good guy, but he's bad.
Right.
It just feels like a lot of these other comic books besides Spider-Man only have one villain or one protagonist that the person is always going up against, whereas
In Marvel.
Spider-Man has this wide array of villains that he's always fighting across New York City.
Yeah. I mean, in Marvel,
Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah,
obviously
yeah,
DC's a little different, right? With Batman, Superman, so
right.
forth. But yeah, agreed. I mean, who else is there, Daniel? I don't think I disagree
Well,
too
I mean,
much.
it just depends on the character. Like Cap obviously fights Nazis a lot. His book became like sort of a spy thriller, so you didn't see as many colorful characters, as more background machinations and Red Skull. But like he had the Winter Soldier, which was a great one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like Iron Man's most famous villain is a dude called the Mandarin, who already
The Mandalorian.
problematic, and he's magical. So that actually kind of works with the whole like Iron Man science versus magic or whatever.
Sure.
But it's still not great.
Yep.
And another one of his dudes is Fing Fang Foom, which is a giant talking dragon.
I'd be afraid.
And then the rest of his dudes are just like dudes with suits.
Yeah.
And then,
No, I agree.
you know, Thor, it's always gods and god type people.
Right. Yeah, no, I think you're right. So in this case, that was my least favorite thing. It's just how generic as fill in the blank villain, or as Dave said, create your own character villain. Eric, what was your least favorite thing?
I mean, I kind of agree with you guys. I had a hard time finding like my least favorite thing, and I think it's because I watch it with I don't know. I'm such a casual watcher of the movie rather than like trying to dive into everything. I mean, the thing that I went to was like my least favorite thing about the movie is that it ties in with all of the other Marvel things, and that's a little exhausting to me. But
Yeah.
I mean, that you get a little bit of it in
You're
Thanos,
right.
but like, I mean, that's about it.
Yep. Daniel?
What's good about the Guardians movies, though, Eric, is you can watch like 1, 2, and I think 3 too, and not really watch the rest of the stuff. And,
Yeah,
Nice.
Yep.
story.
I would
Yeah,
agree with that.
Julie and I have watched 1 and 2. I don't think we saw
3.
3
Three's
just came
sad.
out. You're
Yeah.
not gonna like 3.
You're
Okay.
not gonna like.
Well, then
3.
never mind.
It's a little sad, but
Julie can
it's
watch
good.
that one.
I think it's great.
I'm sure it is.
Dave, what was your least favorite thing?
It felt like Rocket's like lines were limited. He said idiot a lot. He calls everybody an idiot in this movie, and I feel like it was just kind of lazy with some of his lines, like where there could have been better insults used than
Sure.
just calling Groot an idiot throughout the entire movie. And
Yeah.
I hate Yondo's weapon,
You don't like it?
the whistling arrow.
I mean, it's whatever. I
It's-
don't know.
Movie.
It's cool when you get the
It's
payoff,
cheesy.
but like
Yeah.
it didn't seem as intimidating as it would have if he just immediately killed like 7 people with it, like he
Yeah.
did there at the end.
Agreed. Yeah, they didn't really show the power of it until the end
Yeah.
when you're like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
All right. Next category. Who won the movie? I said Marvel.
Yeah.
We mentioned this before, or I mentioned this earlier. This is the 3rd comic book movie in the year 2014 alone that we have reviewed. So Marvel was rolling at the time. This movie made $773 million, which was 3rd at the box office that year, on a budget of $170 million. X-Men made $746 million, and Captain America made $714 million. That's 2-point-something billion dollars. All 3 of those movies are in the top 10 that year. So
That's
Marvel was on
insane.
top of the world, as we're obviously discussing here. But that kind of puts it into a different ballpark. Billions.
And the budget was less than $200 million.
Yeah. Yeah, so their profit was about, $600 million.
Good Lord.
So I said Marvel.
Yeah. I said similarly, but I said the main cast, the 5 people,
Yeah.
just because it was a huge hit. They got to be in the rest of the Marvel
That's a good
universe
point.
and get paid. Maybe exactly.
That's a good point. If you hit on a movie like that and you're one of those actors, you're right. You are forever in the Marvel universe, or
Yeah.
in most cases, like if you're one of those characters. Now, obviously, they've changed. Like what Don Cheadle's not in it
Yeah.
anymore, but
mean,
like
hell,
most times.
Fucking
Don Cheadle's still in it.
Robert Downey Jr. is going to be a second character in the
Yeah,
Marvel universe.
right.
Like it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
not Don Cheadle.
Chris
it's,
Evans has been
the
what
other guy.
2 or 3 people, I think.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Who's
you're
the-
right. Johnny
the Human
Blaze.
Torch? Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Blaze.
That was a Fox owned.
All right,
Oh.
here we go again, and now he's gonna call me. Now he's gonna call me Kevin again.
And sorry, I'll answer. Terrence Howard was the
Asshole.
one I was thinking of. Daniel.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
He got
replaced
replaced by Don.
by
Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
That's what.
Don Cheadle has continued to make that money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was. I forgot. I had my two guys mixed up.
The difference between me and Kevin is I know that those movies were made by other studios, but they're still fucking Marvel movies.
Yeah,
There's-
get it right.
There's also the new ones. I can't like it. So wow, it's not guaranteed that a Marvel movie will get you into the world like continuously
Yeah, you're right.
anymore.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Again, they hit at the right time. Daniel.
Rocket Raccoon. Because a CGI character has never made me feel emotions as deeply as that raccoon did.
Yep.
At the end, where he is talking to his buddy Groot,
Yep.
and Groot's gonna save them, but Groot's gonna die.
Yep.
And he just starts crying. Well, I remember when I was seeing that in theaters, I was like, I didn't let it roll down my cheek, but it was there.
Yeah.
Did you and I see this together?
I don't think so.
Okay, I can't remember who I saw. Or no, you know what? I feel like I saw this with my mom and Lindsay. Actually, I can't remember. I feel like this was one with my mom. Dave, who won the movie for you?
I said Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of skyrocketed his career. I mean, he was
For
already
sure.
great and very well known in Parks and Rec, but I mean, for any like kid that hadn't
Yep.
seen Parks and Rec now knows him as Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever his name is in Jurassic World.
This came out first, though. This came out one
Yeah,
year
I know, I
ahead.
know.
But you're right. You're absolutely right. Both
Whatever
these-
his name is in Jurassic
I
World.
don't fucking remember.
I can't remember either.
I'm a
famous ain't Marvel famous.
Right.
Yeah.
fucking. It's
What is
Jurassic Park for me, not Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's not, who knows what his name is in that. You know, we did review that. We have watched Charlie.
Was
Maybe?
I on that one though?
Oh, I don't know.
It
That's
was
a
our
good point.
1 year episode. I don't remember.
Wow, I can't remember his name, but
Yep. I can't
I'll
either.
probably think of it here in a minute.
Yeah.
Owen Grady.
That's it. Owen. Yeah.
Thank you, Johnny boy.
Such a
Oh, thanks,
forgettable
John.
name.
Yeah, exactly. Generic ass name. All right, next category.
Name
Favorite
David.
song. Yeah, or Matt or Daniel or Eric or John. Actually, Owen's less generic. Anyways, favorite song moment or score scene. And Eric, you want to go first?
Hooked on a Feeling.
You
I mean,
samesies,
Like,
samesies.
yeah.
yeah,
It's so good.
it is. The whole scene is so good, right?
Yeah.
Just entering the prison and all of it, what it entails.
Yeah.
Daniel,
Give me Ooh Child, where
nice. Yeah.
where he's starts the dance off,
Yep. Yeah. At the end.
which is
Yes.
so much fun and different for a finish.
Yeah.
It makes this movie feel a lot different than a lot of the other ones.
It
It's like the bond of the team is what eventually saves them.
yeah.
But like they get that little jokey bit.
Yeah. It takes.
And then you get the explosive payoff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just distracting you, you dummy.
Yeah, I agree. It's less serious and it takes itself less serious, and I think it's in that case it is different than a lot of, like Captain America is very serious and it's very good, but it's very serious. That's who Captain America is. This obviously they have a way of just laughing at itself, and I think that's a great. Let's have a dance off.
Yeah.
Or no, he doesn't say. He just says dance.
He just
off,
starts.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dance off.
It's a dance
What
off.
is this? It's a dance off.
Yeah, that's it. I also said when you hear Moon Age Daydream by David Bowie, because that's probably my favorite song on this soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave, do you have anything else?
No, mine was just hooked on the feeling.
Yeah, I also dig the Cherry Bomb scene with the Joan Jett song Cherry Bomb. And they're getting ready for battle.
Yeah.
That's a good tune. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, and they cut some good ones too.
Oh,
Really?
I didn't see that. What did they
like
cut?
Three Dog Night had a song on
Really?
there.
Didn't know that.
Electric Light Orchestra.
Oh yeah. Huh. And
That would be
obviously, as we move on in the Guardians saga or volumes, the soundtracks don't let down. I mean, the second one has a lot of great songs too. Fleetwood Mac's in there. I think there's some Hendrix. I mean, I love how they just keep going with the soundtrack and keep that vibe alive.
Yeah.
Any other song mentions?
That's all I
Again,
have.
this was a #1 Billboard. First time that not a movie with no #1 or a new release from that was a #1.
That's
So,
insane.
what was that Batman song, Daniel?
Fat Dance.
Fat Dance.
I don't want to talk about it.
That was made for the movie, so that did not. All right. Next category. Does this movie get made now? Come and get your love. So, I'm thinking sometimes for these movies or this category, we need to have a backup, because I think this is one of those where it's like pretty obvious again. I would say, sure, it's a Marvel movie. The third one came out, what, like last year, maybe?
The only thing I would say against it is that they wouldn't have James Gunn to direct them, which might make it so you're not getting this movie again.
Sure.
Because he's basically in charge at DC now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And maybe Marvel's not spending $100 million on movies now.
Oh yeah, they are.
Ha 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 ha. Just kidding.
Psych.
I said maybe. Like I haven't really kept up with the Marvel thing. So like I honestly don't know what like new movies are coming out and like how popular they still are, or if they've shifted.
Yeah.
I'm out of touch, so I just said maybe.
You're out of touch.
Well, from what I know is that the ones that they've tried to make have not done well, right? The Marvels, what's the latest Spider? Yeah, exactly.
They're kind of doing a roller coaster thing where
Yep.
they're trying out new things,
Mhm.
and some of them are working and some of them aren't.
Okay.
Like they had, we'll see. I think we'll learn a lot from the new Captain America movie next year.
Oh,
I
that's
saw
right.
that you posted a trailer.
Yeah, because the new Captain America movie has a different Captain America, but it's still a Captain America movie. It looks like a serious, like, comic book movie. And people didn't like the first Captain Marvel, but all the Captain America movies have been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I wonder if we'll see, like, that upswing again, because it's a character they care about.
Sure.
It's a series that has been quality so far in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked the third volume of Guardians, and also the latest Thor. I mean, that was a couple years ago now, but Thor 4, I liked that
Thor
more
was
than I
okay.
liked second, or well, not third, but the second one at least.
Thor 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, Thor 2, Blue Glue style. So yeah, okay, maybe I'd say.
That's what I had. Yeah.
All right. Next category. Favorite line from the movie? Who wants to go first?
I'll
Derek?
go first.
All right.
I only had one. Let me get it here.
Only had one.
Well, I mean, I only wrote down one because I didn't like this category could go for a long time. Anyway, nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I can catch it.
Damn it. That's one of mine for
I
sure.
knew that someone else would have it. I had to go
course.
first.
Drax is the best.
Yeah.
He had so many good ones. That was one of mine. Dave?
It's whenever Rocket is like scouting around Xandar, and he zooms in on a child and he says, "Walk by yourself, you little gargoyle."
Nice. Daniel?
For me, it's they're all doing that cliche where they stand up one by one and say like, "I'm in," and Rocket stands up and he goes, "Well, now I'm standing. Happy? We're all standing now. Bunch of jackasses." Standing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good one.
That scene always gets me because they're all like, it's the and my sword.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that scene, and then Rocket's just like, "Yep, now we look like a bunch of fucking idiots."
Oh, there we go. Thor 4. Lightning bolt. Oh, man. I had the fuck you line of the movie. You said it yourself, bitch. We're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep. That's good.
I also love. They got my dick message.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Daniel?
I like when Drax is talking about them all being his friend, and he goes, "You, Quill, are my friend," and Quill goes, "Thanks," and then he goes, "This dumb tree is also my friend," grunts, and then he says, "And this green whore is also," "Oh, you must stop."
I forgot about that line. Oh, that's so good. I forgot he says that that green whore. And that dumb tree. Yeah, oh my god. Drax, again, I think you could just read Drax lines and they're so dry, but so good. And I also said we are Groot, but Dave already said it.
Yeah. We are Groot.
We are Groot.
We are Groot.
Any
John
other?
C. Reilly had a good one.
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
He goes,
I forgot.
"Well,
about
I don't
that.
believe anyone is 100% dick, ma'am."
Nice. He's good in this. I mean, it's just some very small role, but like he's good in this.
He's always hilarious and everything. So
I feel like that
Yeah.
his was just a thing of he was like, "Hey, I want to be in a Marvel movie," and
Yeah.
they came up with a spot for him.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. All right, next category. Most rewatchable scene.
Certainly.
I said the prison sequence. I mean, hooked on a feeling. Him doing the bit. Them washing him down. I mean, all of that is just hilarious. Them talking about like, I love when Rocket's like throwing it down to everybody. Like, now who's gonna take us on or whatever that speech he gives, and he's like. And Groot takes his two fingers or whatever, or his tree limbs, and sticks it up that guy's nose. And that whole scene is just incredible. How they're like, all right, now you're our bitches. Like, absolutely love that whole sequence.
And then that sequence goes on to then they're doing the plan, and Groot just goes to the. You just watch.
Yeah.
Him
Yes.
walk to the back
That-
while Rocket's explaining the plan.
Our
That
kids
is-
love that scene.
Yeah, that's hilarious because it's like, oh, they're gonna exposition and tell us what this next scene's gonna be, but no, Groot's like, okay, I'll get it.
Yeah. Our kids were dying because Groot just went up there and did that. They're like, oh, he's going up there. It's like, that's Groot.
What did it look like when you took that guy's leg?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
hobbling around.
He's such a dick.
Oh,
It's
that's
great because that character development in Rocket stays with Rocket throughout the entire
Yep.
his entire time.
Even in this movie again, what does he say? Like, did you get that guy's eye?
Yeah, take
No,
that guy's eye.
I need that guy's eye.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
like when he runs into Bucky and he's like, I want that arm.
Yeah.
He's like, you
Yeah.
can't have my arm. And then later in that same movie, he goes, I'm going to get that arm.
Yeah, that's right. That's so good. Dave, what was your most rewatchable scene?
It's the reveal of the Infinity Stone, and whenever the slave girl grabs it, and it's just the chaos that happens inside of the collector's
Oh yeah,
place. And,
Benicio del Toro.
yeah, them all running out and escaping it.
Yep. Yeah, that was a cool scene. It shows you the power.
Yeah.
I got the power. Damn. Eric?
I said my most rewatchable scene was when Quill stole a spaceship by hijacking it with another spaceship during the chase scene.
That's a good
which
point.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is that. Yeah, absolutely. Again, another Star Wars Harrison Ford vibe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Daniel, what about you?
For me, it's the Howard the Duck cameo.
At the end,
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
who voiced that? Do you remember?
I don't.
It's somebody famous, like Seth Green or somebody. I can't remember.
But my actual favorite scene is where they're all fighting over the ball on the planet, like after he can't sell it to the guy anymore.
Mhm.
And like there's like a lot of cool stuff, like just it's a cool action sequence between the four of them.
Yeah.
Groot, Rocket, Peter, and Gamora.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also like when before they take it into the collector and they're all like gambling and getting drunk and taking shots and whatever.
Yeah.
And that whole chaotic scene right before they go in there. I think that's a hilarious scene.
Yeah.
And they get in a fight or whatever. Drax is beating the shit out of or well, him and Groot are going at it.
Yeah.
So good. Next category. Most likely to be the off-screen drunk. We got a big yeller here. An old yeller.
It's John.
Hello, John.
Hello.
John
John.
is not the answer to this question. I said Rocket.
Yeah,
So-
you could. He's on screen though.
Yeah.
I said.
fair.
I said the collector.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Now, Rocket, as you learn throughout the series, like his backstory's messed up.
Oh, yeah. That's why. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
I say it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the third one really dives into his background.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, maybe I'm prematuring it a little bit with the seeing the first one. I'm preing.
God.
But
it's all over the place.
But yeah, I just feel like he's a little more pessimistic than everybody else, and so I'm guessing he's drinking outside
Yeah.
of this. But he
For
probably
sure.
he probably can't handle a lot with being a small body.
Yeah.
Dave, what about you?
Kevin.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
I would agree.
It's always Kevin.
That was great to watch the life shine in your eyes. You were back just like listening, like, and then
You guys all had great answers.
you were
You
caught
did.
on, and this mischief just crossed me.
But it's Kevin.
We all know it's Kevin.
Daniel?
Oh, I agree with Rocket.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like when you see the rest of the series, it has to be almost. I mean, they're all kind of. I mean, Drax is a pretty messed up, but I feel like he doesn't know how to express himself, so he wouldn't do that in any kind of bad way.
Plus, he's Bradley Cooper too. Like,
Mm,
you know,
fair.
I hear his voice. I'm like,
Fair.
yeah, I've seen The Hangover.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good point. All right, next category. Casting our friends.
I'll go first
All right, Eric,
if I can.
go for it.
Okay, so right off the bat, I said I'm Rocket because I would be the one trying to improvise tech solutions and fiddle around with mechanical stuff. That would be
Nice.
me. Daniel would be Ronan
Mm-hmm.
because of the infighting and the heel turn on Thanos.
Yep.
Then Kevin would be Drax because he's so like by the book
Damn it.
and like just dry. But
Yes.
also, he would definitely be the one to call Daniel and start a fight while he's drunk.
Damn.
I said Dave is Gamora because I said Dave is Gamora because I feel like Daniel has just adopted him as his child. And I realize that Gamora was Thanos' child, but I'm pretty sure that we have all heard Daniel say, "You are my child" to Dave at some point in our life. And then also, Dave knows the folks who collect things. He's into the collector world, and he's a little bit of a collector himself. Matt, I have your Quill because I feel like... Okay, so Matt is Quill because I feel like he's drooling over both the role of Quill being the heroic, charming, aloof main character, as well as Chris Pratt, especially in the scene where he doesn't have a shirt on.
Damn, because I say that. That was an answer of mine. That's pretty good.
Like I could hear Matt's like jaw just And then last is John. John is Groot because if any of us were a plant or a tree, it would be Johnny. And then plus he's always got the light in the darkness.
Oh, nice. That is hilarious.
That is
Well
my
done.
list. Thank you.
Well done.
That's good.
I'm just waiting for John's response because I know what he's gonna say, and
John is Groot.
yeah, exactly. Daniel.
Now these are all off the dome, so forget.
Oh God. Nice.
Kevin is Thanos because Thanos' plan is to help overpopulation of the universe. Good. Yeah, that's a solid thing to do. But you know what his plan, how he plans to help, instead of like doubling the resources of the universe? No, he's going to kill half the people. And he can't be talked out of his plan.
Oh.
No.
He is just stubborn, and he's gonna do his fucking plan, which is kill half the fucking universe. I have Rocket Raccoon is Mr. Tommy because he's a shit talker,
Yes.
quick-witted, and he's always trying to get into something, and he convinces other people to do his fucking dirty work. Like, I need that guy's leg. He's that guy's leg.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Tommy ain't doing that, but he'll
No.
get his idiot buddies to do it.
that would be you, Daniel. You would get the leg.
Or me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would convince one of us to do it.
Yeah.
Groot, John is a perfect casting for Groot, but I say I'm Groot because I'm Tommy's big dumb lackey.
You would be getting the leg.
Yeah,
Or the magnetic thing. Yeah.
yeah, I would just grab that battery without Tommy finishing his thing. I'd be like, so what do you need? Oh, you need that thing?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go get it.
got it. For Gamora, I have Dave.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it.
It's hot. Also, Dave gets like Dave can be the wacky one, but there's situations where Dave needs to take control, and when he does, he's very much let's do it this way and is a little bit of a hard ass about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I
Yeah.
take control, I'm not
I
as
would
big
agree
a
with
hard
that.
ass as Dave is when he takes control. So
Yeah, I would agree
Laura,
with that.
It's
It's a good
let's
pick.
see. Who else do I have? Oh, Eric. I think You are Star-Lord.
Ooh.
Star-Lord is quippy. You're good with quips. You're quick on your feet. But Star-Lord is also a little bit clumsy. You know, he's not Iron Man out there. He's not getting style points. He's winning,
not polished.
but
Yeah.
He's making a fool of himself while he's winning. You know?
Yeah. I'll take that.
And that leaves Matt with Drax.
I knew it.
Because muscles. Also, occasionally Matt doesn't get the joke. And
Yeah, that's fair.
most of the time he does. I'm not calling you a dummy, but every once in a while you don't get the joke, and then I'm
That's
like,
fair.
oh, okay. And then that
Yeah.
makes me feel like I did the joke wrong.
Well, yeah, I'd say me or John or Kevin.
Yeah, but I already used Kevin.
No, that's fair.
And then John can be Ronan, because, you know, if Kevin was really on about a goal, John would do it.
Oh yeah, and
I would be
Julie
like,
said,
I guess I'll help you, you know, take out half the population of the universe. You know, man, I guess so.
Just tell me what I need to do.
right. Julie said Star-Lord loves his music like Eric.
That's true too.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
I think I still have a Walkman actually, somewhere around there.
Yeah. I used to have one of those talkbacks from Home Alone.
Oh yeah, those were
yeah,
sweet.
those are awesome.
Those were sweet. Dave?
I didn't have anything.
All right. Well, mine's not gonna top those, but I'd said John as Groot as well. I think he's gonna help you out in a fight. He's not necessarily the muscle, but he's not afraid to get in a physical altercation, and also likes trees and all about trees.
And he's just lanky and he
and
moves
that's
slow.
That's not a weed joke either.
That's
No.
not even a weed joke.
No.
It's about that. Like
I could-
trees and plants and
Yes.
bodies.
Yeah, he is one with nature. I said Dave is Rocket, a little more cynical and gets down to the point.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
I said Kevin was Drax because he's literal and straightforward.
By the book, baby. What is that, Daniel?
It's a Porygon. I got a Porygon, a new Porygon. Look at
Oh, great.
Nice.
I said Daniel's Ronan for the heel turn for sure.
Yeah.
And let's see. I had Eric was the collector
Ooh.
because you also collect a lot of things. I mean,
I do.
all of the gadgets and electronics that you have, and
You can
your
see
guitar pedals.
right here
Yeah, exactly.
some of
And-
my collection.
Right. So I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I have Cody as Yandu because he would be the space pirate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
would also be-
boy, but I am your dad.
He's definitely like the Sea Orc space pirate
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
And that's what I got.
I like
I
it.
like how I can't be Thanos.
No.
I'm
You're not
Ronan.
powerful
I'm
enough.
the lackey. I can't be the megalomaniac, but I will be an evil son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
You get it.
All
What
right.
what don't you get about that?
I want to be the puppet master.
I've
But-
No
never
one
seen you
wants
play
to
with
be a foot
puppets.
soldier. They want to be Shredder.
True.
Uh,
True.
I mean, you could be somebody else in that.
Krang. I don't wanna be
Master.
Krang either.
No, but Master Shinsu.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Turtle Gore. I was just trying to make a
I was just talking about the bald guy who goes. "Hur!"
Ninja Turtle, you better quit poking me.
All right. Let's do our blind rankings. Y'all ready?
Ooh, blind rankings. Yes.
Let
let me get this. Daniel, why do you want to be Thanos? That's the real question.
But if I
'Cause
have
he's
to be a
powerful.
heel, I would
Yeah, you
rather
might as well be
still
the-
in charge.
Yeah, I gotcha. I get it. Sorta.
I get it.
I want to be the boss.
The final boss.
Boss.
No one wants to be Shang Tsung. They want to be Kung Lao. Wait,
Yeah.
or did I get that backwards?
It's
I don't know.
backwards.
Yeah.
Shang
Wait,
Tsung. No, Kung Lao is not.
Yeah,
Lao is
Kung Lao's
Shang-
yeah.
Shao
No,
Kahn.
it's Shang Tsung or
Shao Kahn, yeah.
Shao Kahn. There we go.
Yeah.
Or Goro. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to
Goro's-
be Goro. You want to be Shao Kahn.
Right.
Yeah. No, Shang Tsung.
No, Shao Kahn is the boss.
Right.
He's the one.
Is
with
he?
the skull helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
skull.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I was gonna say Shere Khan.
That is Jungle Book.
Correct.
I want to
Okay.
be Blue in Jungle Book.
So, for our audio listeners, this
Makes
is the
sense.
blind ranking section of the show. Our producer Kelly has come up with category and given us 6 different items or characters in that category to rank. So our job is to rank them from 1 to 6 without knowing any of the 6 options beforehand. And we've got a song that goes along with it, and let's get into it.
All right.
Okay. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Movies with cassette tape / Walkmans. Okay. This is specific.
Guy said it was mediocre, so let's find out. Oh, yes.
Ferris Bueller, okay.
Good reference.
Ugh.
The doorbell's such a good reference. I'm trying to think what I know that's coming up.
I put Ferris Bueller at number 3.
I got it at 4.
Okay.
What is
2. Daniel's at 2. Dave, what you got? 4. Okay. Okay.
Oh, is that an iPad?
Yeah.
Fancy.
What is it?
I should do that.
Dave's a tech
It's
boy.
the whole time.
Guardians of the
Guardians.
Galaxy. Okay.
two? I'm not getting burned again.
Yeah, I know. Same.
I think there's got to be one. All right.
I put Guardians at 2.
Number 1.
I got Guardians at 2. Daniel
I want
is not getting burned.
Number 1. Okay.
There's
I'm
gotta
waiting
be
for Home
one
Alone.
other. Yeah, right. There's got to be one
I
other
would,
good one.
if Home Alone pops up, that would still be okay.
Back to the Future.
Well, now fuck.
I don't know if it's as significant as the Walkman and Guardians, though.
Yeah.
It's a huge plot point. It's what convinces.
Oh, true.
George to try and take Lorraine.
That's
to
a good
the
point.
dance.
Ah, man.
That's a good
So
point.
Back to the
I
Future-
started writing already. I got Back to the Future at 5.
Oh,
Ooh. I got Back to the Future at
What?
3.
I know. I
dare
started
you.
writing it down.
3. High
High Fidelity.
He makes the tapes.
yep, that would be number 5.
I'll put that at 6.
What's left?
I got
did
1 and
enjoy
4
that
left.
movie
Yeah,
Last time we watched through.
that's decent.
It's a whole
What's
point,
Dave?
Like, the whole
Dave's
thing
at
of it.
5. Matt, what do you have?
I'm gonna get burned. I know it. I like this. I should put it at 1. I have it at 5.
5. Okay. Footloose. Oh God! Damn it!
Wait, what song
I
is he listening on there?
have-
Is this Let's Hear It for the Boy? I'll
No,
go
it's
number
called
one.
it's called Footloose.
I know. I'm going with Footloose at 1
I put Footloose at 4.
because I think this is when he's playing Let's Hear
Dave,
It
what do you
for the
have?
Boys.
Footloose at 6. Daniel, what was yours?
So I love
6?
the song
Okay.
that they're listening to.
What's my number 1?
Oh,
Pretty
thank
Woman.
God.
Oh, okay.
This is 6 for me. All right. Feel good about it.
I got Pretty Woman at number 1.
4 for me.
Number 4?
6.
My top 3 are correct, just not
Oh,
in the
you
right
can't
order.
see shit on mine.
Yeah, Matt, you need a
I
better,
needed.
you
Yeah,
need
I
a better
to-
piece of paper or something.
Yeah, I need an iPad. I have one. I should.
There you go.
probably Use it. Though I'm
Dave,
probably
how do you
not
feel
gonna have
about
it
that
for very
list?
long.
Meh.
Yeah?
I don't like where Pretty Woman is.
Where is it?
3.
3. That's kind of high. Well, Dave had or Eric had it at 1.
Kind of like John. I'm not great with my list, but you know what? It's my list, so it's the best.
I'm good with it because my of the top 6, my favorite song of any of those was the one that they're listening to in Footloose. So that would be my number 1.
It didn't
Footloose.
say favorite song. It
Yeah.
said movies.
Movie with cassettes.
Well, I had Guardians at 2 and Back to the Future at 3. I don't feel too bad about
Kelly
it.
spoiled it and said that Home Alone wasn't on there during the whole thing. So I knew that I wasn't going to put it at number 1. So I'm a little bummed.
Kelly, that was more than mediocre.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, it's not Let's Hear It for the Boy. Oh, spoiler. I thought it was. And that's, okay.
It's called Footloose. The song. It's Footloose.
John said, I'll break my footloose in your ass.
John 3:16 says. Oh wait, no.
I like that one a lot, actually. Kelly was telling me beforehand that she thought it was mediocre, but I think that was fun.
That was
a good
I
one.
liked it. Thank you, Kelly.
Oh, a montage. Gotcha. All right. We got 2 categories. Both are podium categories. First one,
Podium.
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 Is this a podium role for any of the top billed cast members? Podium. Kind of like the movies place we used to rent movies from.
Oh man,
Remember that one?
I remember.
Yeah,
That was before video update. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost all its charm. There were
It kinda
cows on
did.
the wall.
Yeah. It kind of did lose its charm. I mean, I was a KT's guy because I was close by, but. All right, first, Chris Pratt. Yes?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got a yes for everybody.
Bradley Cooper?
Yeah.
Wow. That's the only
That's-
one I would say no to. Well,
Julie says we need to watch Pootie Tang.
oh,
Yeah.
we've seen. I mean, it's been a long time, but
For
Pootie
the
Tang's
show
great.
is I think is what she means.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
We
Boy.
are not watching Pootie. That is not a movie that we can comment on.
You know what? I think I'm with Daniel on this one. But that won't stop me from watching it
I was
later.
gonna say it's still amazing.
Don't
Movie
get me wrong,
release.
It's a hilarious movie. I'm not
Yeah.
dogging on the movie. I'm just saying that we
Oh, Kelly's.
Pootie Tang.
Even though it was written by Louis C.K.
This is a good idea. You should have a Podium movies that the ones that bombed this. In the
Oh my gosh, yes. Holy crap, yes.
That's amazing. That's hilarious. Our Podium list. Like how many wipes?
3 wipes.
Yeah,
3 podiums.
Exactly. That's hilarious. What about Vin Diesel? You'd say yes for that?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess. What else?
The dude who says, "We're family," and that one movie where he's in the prison.
Iron Giant is another one.
Oh, he's in Iron Giant too.
Yeah, he's the voice of the giant.
Oh, okay. Then the stupid
prison movie?
space prison movie.
Space Prison. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's what that movie is. It's,
Oh,
it's Chronicles of Riddick.
Chronicles of
Riddick
Riddick.
movies are all about a space prison.
Yep. Great. It's a great plot too.
He made the podium
What about
with,
Triple
with
X?
a line of just
Yeah, I am Groot. Yeah, I mean, I'd say everybody but Bradley Cooper because he's up for Oscars every other year. It feels like.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you, Matt.
But
But
but that's it. And
I feel like this
Rocket.
would be 4.
Don't-
Yeah.
yeah. I'd say it's not far off.
Yeah.
And I love Rocket, but like, I just think he's too big of a movie star actor to be this. He's like one of the only Marvel characters that can probably not like when I think of Bradley Cooper, I don't think of this movie specifically. Vin
Yeah.
Diesel, I probably would give you. I still like it's Groot, right?
Yeah.
It's Groot. That's his voice.
We are Groot.
Yeah, and then anybody who's not big enough or have a large enough role, I didn't even write down. Like John C. Reilly, I said no, just because
Yeah,
it's not
no.
a big role. Glenn Close, Benicio del Toro, those people are great in this, but that's probably the only ones I wouldn't have on their podium, just because they don't have a big enough role.
Yeah, they're not
I
top
agree.
billed cast.
They're not. the Guardians of the Galaxy. But everybody else, yeah, other than for me, Bradley Cooper.
I
Man,
agree.
now I want
even the Thanos dude. I would say, yeah.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
Josh Brolin.
but we're talking
As
about role.
Thanos.
Yeah, we're talking about role.
Sure, as Thanos, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about him at, on the Goonies. I think we said Thanos,
Yeah.
Goonies, and then No Country for Old Men, probably.
Yep.
He's also great
solid
as
list.
Cable.
And what?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
as
is.
Cable. That's right. Yeah,
and
that's
Deadpool
right.
too. Electric
That's
Boogaloo.
another person that's played 2 roles in the Marvel
Daniel's
universe.
going to tell you that second one wasn't
Yeah,
in
that's
the
right.
Marvel universe.
It's Fox. Sorry.
Sorry,
Daniel.
I stole your thunder. Now I just want to do
Okay,
the
Daniel.
2014 Podium.
Podium.
Actually, that is in the Fox universe, not the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I've got the Podium hot take here. Number 1 on my Podium for 2014 is Birdman.
Oh, that shots fired. Best
Yeah.
picture. It was very mediocre to me. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but it was not the best movie that year.
I feel like it's the biggest letdown. If we don't get no tolls, then we don't eat no rolls. I just made that up.
All right. Last category. Does this movie podium in the year 2014? Dave?
I said yes. I've got John Wick at 3,
Nice.
this
Very
at
nice.
2, and Interstellar at 1.
Ooh, okay.
Very nice. We need to have that sound bit.
Yeah, we do.
And
I've got
I don't
work
know
to
if-
do.
I was going to say, I don't know if my
We're
wife...
only 20 years late for that. Hey guys, like fucking shock jocks in 2008.
I can't... I mean, it's still so good, though.
No, it's not.
Well,
I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny to have on your fucking soundboard.
I think it is to be ironic, sort of. I did like My Wife, though. I missed that one, too.
Yeah.
That's not on here anymore.
No, it's not.
But we do have...
Flawless victory.
Yes, we
That's
do.
a classic.
Oh, no.
Flawless.
All right, Daniel. Wait, did this movie podium in 2014?
No,
Oh.
my podium is number 3, John Wick. Number 2, Godzilla.
Oh,
Whoa.
Godzilla. Whoa. It's a
And
good
number
one.
1, Winter Soldier.
I knew you were going there.
But Godzilla, I really dug that movie.
I liked it.
I mean,
I saw that in
it
theaters.
theaters, so I
Yeah,
obviously
same.
like swayed because that's the sort of movie that you see in a theater.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I would
saw
agree.
The Godzilla versus Kong or whatever, but I
Yeah.
didn't see it until it came out on Max,
Same.
and
Same.
I
Yeah.
was like,
Eh,
you
boring.
want to see those things big.
Yeah. No, I actually like Godzilla a lot too. I saw it in theaters and it was like one of the cheap $5 deals or whatever, and was actually really surprised how much I enjoyed myself. Like,
Yeah, I saw it as a matinee. I went by myself, and then went again because it was so good.
I'm just gonna leave up John's no. John, what's your podium?
Ju-
then?
What just popped into my head is Godzilla. I think it's 2000, maybe.
Oh yeah, different one.
That-
Matthew Broderick.
There's Green Day is on the soundtrack,
Oh
and
god.
it's Brain Stew, the Godzilla remix, and it's just Brain Stew with Godzilla sounds behind it.
It's awesome. Oh, we forgot.
So that is a band that is not afraid to just stomp
Sell your
all
soul.
over
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
catalog.
Yeah,
They did that super weird release where like they were playing stuff on like
Simpsons,
Game
too?
Boys and stuff.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
They were on the Simpsons soundtrack too, right?
I can't remember.
I think they
it's
were.
hilarious that the Godzilla remix is just the song, but then adding Godzilla sounds.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it makes it so much
It's like
better.
Jazz Wolf.
It is.
Jazz
Eric?
will play that fucking sax.
That's right. Eric, what about you?
I said I'm torn. I think it's yes. This is
Nice.
Number 3 is Winter Soldier.
Oh, nice.
Number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy, and number 1 is John Wick.
Nice. Very nice. It's gonna do it more, Daniel. So you hate me. All right. Well, ones that we didn't mention that out for me were outside looking in were It Follows, which is a pretty awesome horror movie that it's kind of like an SCD where it follows you around after you have sex with somebody. But it's a really good movie and you should see it. And also
Not for
Boyhood.
Eric and I.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
It's
see
not
it.
that scary. I don't know. It's not that scary. And
STDs
Boyhood
can be
was
very
really good.
scary.
Fair, very fair. And so those are my outside looking in. My number 3 is Whiplash. If you're looking for an intense time, this is your movie. Again, I'm a big Miles Teller fan. And also, I love the themes of being obsessive and how far you'll go for greatness.
Is
My
Penn
number
in that
2.
movie too?
What?
Is Penn in that movie too?
Sean Penn?
Teller's in that movie. Isn't it?
Oh, yeah, there. Yep, there you go.
That movie, I like.
Penn. Oh my god. I don't know. That's a reach.
That movie, like, I'm sure it's great, but all I can think of is what's the dude? What J. Jonah Jameson?
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, I can just think of him. Like, it just makes me think of like playing music with him being an asshole, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't.
It is.
I don't really want that.
Yeah, no, it is, and yeah, I don't think it's for everybody, but it's really good. The music's great. My number 2 is Guardians. If you're looking for a fun time and not an intense time, this
I
would
wonder
be
what
your
number
movie.
1 is.
And my number 1 is the same as Dave's. Shocking. It's Interstellar, one of my favorite movies of all time.
When I told Julie we were doing 2014, and I told her like the options, and she said, "Why isn't Matt just shouting Interstellar?"
I know, and we originally were going to, and then it's like, let's just not yet. At some point we will. I agree, John. Gone Girl is another one that gets lost in this year. That great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do Interstellar at some point for sure. It's so good, but this was, I thought, a fitting movie for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one was a lot easier to digest too.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what the sentiment was. So yeah, I think that makes sense. So I think next week we want to have a vote.
Oh, we're gonna do a
on-
vote. Okay.
Yeah, let's do the vote next week.
So if you want to vote, follow us over on Instagram.
Yep.
We'll do one on Instagram and
Probably
YouTube.
YouTube. Yep.
Yeah.
YouTube gets a good amount of views or
Responses.
votes. Yeah, responses. Yeah, and I think we'll probably stick with 2015. Which
Man, 3 years in a row, or 3
I know.
weeks in a row.
well, yeah. Timeline, here we are. Hitting it hard. Yeah, Lego Movie is good. I watched Lego Movie recently, though, and I thought it wasn't as good as I thought the first time around. I don't know if it was just because I am used to the jokes now or the humor's past me. I don't know. But
Well,
it wasn't
might be one of
as
those
good.
things too, where like other stuff has come and done it better.
Could
like,
be.
Kid movies have
Yeah,
done
like
it
Mario.
better. Yeah, Mario. Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking.
One thing
I would agree with that.
I remember hearing or reading something where Chris Pratt was like, "I'm so proud of the Mario voice. Like, we worked on it so hard."
Yeah.
And like, it's pretty much literally his voice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
literally his voice
That's
until
fair.
he does like some Italian thing. Like, it's just him talking.
That's hilarious. All right. Well, thanks everybody for
Hey,
joining.
next week we're doing Minions.
Oh God, my kids would be pumped. I
Yeah.
love the Minions. It's okay. There's some good music in the Minions movies.
I thought Despicable
soundtrack-wise.
Me 1 was really good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
And then I was like, I have no desire to watch a sequel.
I-
or a sequel about just the Minions, or a prequel about how he got the Minions.
I was
No.
gonna say,
Korean.
I
did
can't
not
follow
need
it.
that Minions extended universe.
No, and I can't follow it, but I have seen some of them, and they're not horrible. But I just can't get into like the storyline. I just kind of casually laugh or listen to some of the songs. But that's as far as I go. Yeah, so please don't vote for Minions. I don't even know what came out in 2015.
We'll figure that out
the-
later.
yeah, maybe
I mean, it's gonna
that
be
was-
Minions,
Oh god.
apparently. Everyone
Please.
vote for Minions.
All right. Well, thanks for joining the show or watching the show. Hope you had a good time.
Yeah,
Hello,
Like,
thank you.
John.
subscribe, and click that bell. We outie!
Woo! Yeah. Listen to Daniel Bicycle.
Bye.